number 13, Lin Yo Chen, and number 9, Wen Payan.
So I'll give you the statement that I did last week when we did the Turkish announcements. We're going to do our very best for Chinese Taipei. Please excuse us if we make a couple of mistakes along the way, but we will do our very best. And it looks like we are getting ready. So, here we go. Period 1 action from the Dunedin Ice Stadium. It'll be Colin McIntosh taking on Yang here at the face-off. We're underway. IIHF 2B underway for New Zealand and Chinese Taipei. Chinese Taipei pushing it into the corner, but a quick chance there for New Zealand. Colin McIntosh following. It's Yang around the corner. Can't hold it in. Freer dumps it back in on a delayed offside. They touch up. And Chinese Taipei moves out. They leave a drop pass. That one to Yang. Up to another Yang, and that goes back behind the net. It will be Daig giving it up to Freer, Mitchell Freer. Pass forward by Daig. McIntosh has it for a moment. In neutral ice still. And that's Jacob Carey coming up somewhat up the right side. He's 1-on-3. He gets the half boards, looks for some help there. And it goes to Chang. Chang sends it around the boards, but not out. It is Amston holding it in. And that goes to the side. Chalice with it. In front. Shot. That goes just right. Another shot by Carey. That's knocked aside. And Chinese Taipei break out. They get to neutral. Knocked up by Lin. And turned over. Atwell's got it now behind Brooks. And Chinese Taipei for a line change here as Jacob Carey skates up the left-hand side. He's all alone here, 1-on-5. Loses an edge, turns it over. But everybody else changes up for New Zealand. And it'll be Sandoy getting back there first to get an icing call. And that's going to leave Chinese Taipei players out there a little tired.
Well, I like this from New Zealand here. This is Stephen Amston here with a quick shot in front. New Zealand's leading goal scorer, and Stefan Amston, leading goal scorer and points getter from the 2024 championships.
He's going to be a player to watch this tournament for sure.
Devlin and Chen go at it. Devlin gets it, but it goes to Chinese Taipei going around. It'll be Lin getting there first, dumping it out, and catching up with it first. Ivan Dalmato giving it to Sandoy. Sandoy setting up the offense, passing it to the side. That goes to Flynn Hayward-Jones. That goes out of the offensive end and then over the plexiglass for a stop in play. So that's going to come just outside the blue line. And a neutral ice face-off as all 10 players jump the boards and we get fresh legs out there. And so an interesting one, fellas. There's a lot going on here. There are a lot of names. We're not sure exactly the relationships, but several of the same family names here for Chinese Taipei. So just trying to keep everybody sorted out here. There will be several repeats, and that is on purpose. Collected by Mitchell Freer, leaves it at neutral. Peng gets it first from Rusky Jones. And there is a call here, guys. What do we see?
Looks like a high stick is going to be called here against M. Peng. Just lifted. Tried to go for the stick lift and ended up getting it into the face of the New Zealand player. First power play for New Zealand.
Let's see what they've been drawing up here.
So Mo Peng sitting for 2 minutes and Colin McIntosh to take the face-off against Lin. That goes out to Daig. Daig pushes it to the side. Half boards. Audis with it, sends it behind. Back to Audis. Cross-ice pass. Daig with a deflected shot goes behind the net. Into the corner. And as they dig that out, Daigle's got it. Across the blue line. Sent back in by McIntosh. They cycle through here. Power play moving along. Shot. And that is a save by Xiao. So, good movement on the power play to start.
Yeah, fans of the NZIHL will be familiar with Colin McIntosh in that position on the left-hand side. He's lethal over there. He's a very good player, a good power play player, but Daigle as well on the point there. You've got two very dangerous players who can shoot it.
McIntosh wins that, leaves it for Carey. He's got it on the sideboard, gets it back. McIntosh circles looking for an outlet. He's pinned in on the boards. Dag comes in, grabs the puck from him just in time as he skates towards the corner, leaves it for Carey. That goes around the side, looking for a pass. Otis not there for it. Eden holding it in at the point. He has it at the half boards, passes it low. That goes around and try to get it up front. That was Otis with that one, and it'll be Carey sending it the length of the ice. That'll go for icing. McIntosh there, and I got one wrong there. That was Chris Eden on that one.
Chinese Taipei managed to get a change off that first clear, but then they got a break anyway with the icing.
Chinese Taipei are doing really well here. You can see them very, very disciplined in their own zone, breaking up those lanes, not giving New Zealand the opportunity to get that bump pass in one time.
That one going back to Dalmato. And New Zealand looking to set up the continued power play here with about 40 seconds to go.
Just got some extra changes there after the icing.
Amston takes it in. Amston up the left side. Amston holding. Double team. Goes back to the point. Long shot in. Looking for a deflection. Doesn't get all the way in on Xiao. And Chinese Taipei looking to clear. Good hit there on the board. Lee goes down. That's passed aside up to Chalice. Chalice not able to hold on to it. And that'll be an icing call on the power play, which will effectively end that for New Zealand. They've got 19 seconds left.
This is the physical play we were talking about. There's two players collide there. Just a push from the New Zealand player, sending the Chinese Taipei player into the other one.
And it'll be Atwell to take the face-off against Yicheng Lin. I'll hold up here. And here's the puck. They drop it. Won by Burns, or won over to Burns. And that puck comes back out to neutral. Burns looking for the long pass. Gets it in front, looking for Dalmato, but couldn't connect there. And that is going to end the man advantage for New Zealand. And that was a good play there by Chang Yang Yin, knocking over the New Zealand player there. Now Burns trying to keep it in. Sent to Simon. And that's sent the length of the ice. No icing there. It was over the red line, but they chose not to play it, so we continue on here. Chris Eden back out on the ice. And Sandoy gets it here. Remy Sandoy sending it back. And it'll go to Luke Simon. Up to Freer. Back into the zone, and that was offsides. It was YC Lin that was just over the blue line to call the whistle.
Yeah, that was extremely close here. The puck was kicked back in. It looked to me like he had tagged up there, but it was a tough one. The linesman got to make a quick decision, and they blew the whistle there on that time.
So that faceoff comes just outside the zone. It'll be McIntosh. He loses that faceoff back to Chinese Taipei. That goes in off from Shen up to Chi, sent in, and it'll be Simon getting that first. Then McIntosh forward to Eden. Eden holding on to it. Passes forward, intercepted. Then it's turned around, and that is Chen coming up the left side. Chen smashed into the corner there, but Chinese Taipei holding on to the puck for a moment. They still have it here. Chi jumping in on the play, and then finally turned over to Remy Sandoy. Pass forward to Eden. Eden 1-on-2. He's going to take the puck in the zone. Takes the shot, and an easily seen shot by Xiao as he gloves it and stops play.
That was a great move by Eden there as well. You see just a little toe drag, freezes the defense, gets the shot on a little bit far out, but if you're getting the puck to Eden, good things are going to happen.
Yeah, he didn't have any line mates that had all gone for a change on that particular play as well, so he had to do it himself.
Devlin taking this one, wins the face-off shot, and that goes just wide. And back out to neutral. Chinese Taipei with it. They gain the zone, left behind, and it goes out to Lin. Lin loses it on the corner, but it's passed over to YK Lin. That goes out to Sang. Sang throwing it in, getting a rebound behind the net. Brooks looking at it, not doing a thing. That goes out to neutral, goes the length of the ice. We'll see if any changes happen. And yes, a little bit. Dalmato coming off the ice. And that will go for an icing as Daigle's back there first. Chang just whips it around the boards, and we get a stoppage in play.
Well, pace is already a big step up from last week's women's tournament. You can just feel these guys moving across the ice with speed. The shots are faster, the passes are faster, and the icings reach the end of the rink a lot faster.
And a stop in that face-off. There's looks like a violation on Chinese Taipei, so they're going to do it again. And they're looking for a change. They're not allowed to change here, so that's the delays. They're trying to get the same players back out on the ice. And it'll be Atwell taking this one. New Zealand. Let's see, that goes around the back here for Chinese Taipei. The New Zealanders not able to control it. They do keep it in the zone, and that puck flips up and goes over the boards. So another stoppage in play and a face-off coming up.
You talk about the intensity. You look at the physicality between these two teams as well. Chinese Taipei are not afraid to mix it up in the corners there, take the hits, keep on moving, make the plays.
Yeah, you got to realize that eventually you're just going to take a hit in the corner, in the middle of the ice. You just got to be prepared for it and make sure that you're hard on your stick or on your skates.
Chinese Taipei win that face-off. That goes over to Taeyeon Wen. Wen goes up the left side, tries to get a pass to the middle, and that gets intercepted, and he is dumped into the boards for his troubles. And that goes to Carey up to Atwell. Atwell takes the zone, goes up the right side, sits in the corner, spins backwards looking for a friendly face there, but can't really do anything with it. Carey comes over, pinches at the half boards, but that gets given up to Chinese Taipei out in the middle. But a pass intercepted quickly by Jordan Chalice, and it turns right back around for New Zealand. Long shot in, just looking for a deflection. Carey chasing it, and a line change effective for New Zealand. Simon and Burns back there for the collective, and a stop, and I think that's going to be
I think it's just
six men, or is that
just icing. He was just a little bit short of halfway
there
when he dumped it in.
The way he dumped it in, they needed that change too. So it'll be interesting here. Tied legs from Chinese Taipei, fresh legs from New Zealand. Could be a good opportunity.
McIntosh and be looking to get it right back to Freer on a quick shot here, but he doesn't get a hold of that, and it is cleared out to neutral. Simon throws it back in. Lachlan Freer chasing it down on the forecheck. A couple of changes on both sides. One more needed by Chinese Taipei than New Zealand in this case. They move that up to neutral. P.A. Wen taking the zone. K.Y. Chi has it. He sends it around. Hayward Jones looking for it. Gets it back to McIntosh. Lachlan Freer looking for the outlet, looking for Chris Eden there, but he's 1-on-4, so they dump and chase. Eden chases after it. He gets there. No icing, no problem there. And that goes back out to neutral. New Zealand have to reset. It is Mitchell Freer with the pass there. That's up to Eden. Eden dumps it forward. It's onside. And it's Marcus McDonald sending it around. Good to see him on the ice. Daig with it, sends it forward to the corner. McDonald leaves it behind, and it's Orr out there. Back to McDonald's shot. He doesn't get all of it. Orr's got it for a moment. Behind the net, they struggle with it, and it is Chinese Taipei pushing it out to the corner. Stays in, Daig at the half board. He goes over the goal line, charges in, goes behind the net, tries a wraparound, doesn't quite get there. It was Shao on the pipe just in time, and another shot that's off the mark goes into the corner. Chinese Taipei looking to get it out of the zone as quickly as they can, but they are struggling defensively during this shift. They finally get it out. Daig's got it, and he holds on to it, pushes forward, and New Zealand getting a change. Chinese Taipei desperately jumping over the boards now, and Daig with a cross-ice pass. Freer with it. He's going to gain the zone, comes in the middle, takes the shot high, and just on target. It was a blocker save, goes up and doesn't quite get to the net, but stays in the zone, and that stays with Burns. Burns trying to hold it in at the point. He does. Dylan Devlin, I think, lost a glove there. I'm not sure where that's at, but it's in the corner. They're fighting away with it. And that comes halfway out, and Wu's got it. Wu dumps it forward, and Chinese Taipei skating hard. Lin chasing this one, but it is Callum Burns beating him to it, and that puck comes out. Devlin's got it. Devlin looking 2-on-3. He chips and chases. That goes high, goes to the glove. Dalmateau gets close, and that's a stop in play.
Yeah, the reason Dylan Devlin was playing that most of that shift without the glove is he just got a bit of a scuffle down on the hash marks there, and him and a Chinese Taipei player were tied up and just lost his gear, but carried on playing the shift without it.
I've had a lot of pleasure watching Dylan Devlin over the years as a viewer, I'm sure. Great player, exactly the kind of guy you want on your team.
Atwell wins the face-off. Moving it around, that is Chalice sending it in, but it is Chinese Taipei catching the puck. They hold it in for a moment, but back out to neutral, and that is, I think it's Wen, that has that one. Pan holds it in at the point. Low shot, and a good deflection, the best chance Chinese Taipei has had, but that was stopped and knocked away. Brooks gets it up to Carey. Jacob Carey up the right side looking for help. He sends that pass in for a moment, but he's taken out, and it's Hayward Jones trying to chase after it. Chinese Taipei trying to clear it. They can't do it. That goes out halfway and goes to neutral ice. New Zealand still bossing the puck here, and it'll be McIntosh bringing it in the zone. Takes the shot. That's deflected off the stick of Chang Hang Yang, and that goes into the netting, so a face-off coming up.
This is good play from Chinese Taipei here. This is the best opportunity. Like you said, Matt, the shot from the point, looking for the deflection in front. They haven't had too many opportunities to get a shot on goal, so they'll be happy with that opportunity right there. Great save from Brooks as well.
McIntosh wins this one out to Freer. Freer with a long shot. It was a good screen, but it doesn't quite get through. Chinese Taipei knocking it the length of the ice, and that will go for icing as Freer back first for the virtual touch-up.
I just want to point out a couple of debutants for New Zealand as well. Marcus McDonald had a great shift earlier on, getting involved down low. Who else we got? We've got Axel Rusky-Jones, number 13 for New Zealand, and Ian Ordis making his debut for the New Zealand teams in the World Championships.
Chinese Taipei winning another face-off, but giving up possession. That stays in with Freer. He dumps it close to the goal. McIntosh can't keep it in, but Freer's there at the point. They continue to give Chinese Taipei the hardest of times, trying to get the puck out of their own third. Freer again at the point, passes across to the center. That's held in again. Mitchell Freer doing a great job on that right point. Skating around that is Eden. Cycled back to Freer. Long shot in. That's deflected. It was a kind of a sneaky changeup, and it fluttered for a moment but didn't quite get through. Now Chinese Taipei with a 3-on-2, but they take a long shot. Brooks gloves it aside, but doesn't stop play, and Freer again sending it forward, goes to neutral, deflected forward, and that is up to Regan as Regan kind of chases in and tries to take an angle, but he's knocked out to the side and pushed to the boards. Burns with it now. Amston. And that puck stays. No, it doesn't. Chinese Taipei with a 4-on-3 if they can go quickly here. They have a chance. Shot. Brooks with a rebound. And only one shot there, but a dangerous one, as that's 2 rebounds in a row that have come out in front of Brooks. Something to watch for there, and that's passed forward to Rusky Jones. He's going to gain the zone, flip it in. That's a dangerous chance, and a penalty comes up. That's going to be on Chinese Taipei for interference. Yeah, it was Brooks was out of the net for a little while there as they tried to get a 6th player out, but they didn't quite have enough time to develop that play. So the interference call goes for 2 minutes, and it will be a 5-on-4 with McIntosh starting the power play for New Zealand.
Unsuccessful on the first power play. Let's see how they go here on this second attempt for New Zealand.
That one won immediately by New Zealand. It's Eden in the corner. He gives it out to Daig. Daig holds it, gives it back to Eden at the half board. In the slot, trying to get it to Carey, but he couldn't get anything on it. And Chinese Taipei try to clear it, but they don't. Jacob Carey with it again. Gets it back, looking for a pass. No, he holds it. Cross-ice pass to Eden. Just a little bit too far out there. Daig gets it back. Passed it forward with nothing on that. Daig had to kind of just play defense there as it was a little too much over, and they go in offsides. It's YC Lin that is just a little bit too quick, and that will bring the face-off out to neutral ice.
That's unfortunate. You can start to see a little bit of fatigue there, killing the penalty. You get a great opportunity to 2-on-1 there, but go offside and, comes outside.
And it does look like Chinese Taipei is focused on the counterattack mostly, especially now that they're down a man for another minute 25, I think it is.
Yep.
And they dump that one in long, give it back to New Zealand, and it'll be Daig with it. Justin Daig. Daig leaves it. That's Otis coming up to Carey. Carey gains the zone, leaves it for Eden at the right point, gets it back in the corner, and the cycle starts with Eden at it on the right side. Passed in front. Daig with it out high. Passes it low. McIntosh with a backhanded shot, and that's just carried away by Taipei. But Chinese Taipei not getting it out of the zone inexplicably there. Eden holds it in, leaves it, gives it back to Otis. But that's taken away for a moment. They have to fight for it at the half boards. Kept in by New Zealand. Carey sending it back to Eden, but that one clears. Daig with it. Quick touch up. Eden brings it in before they can change. And a pass in front. Eden looking at it, getting some space, moving, shooting just outside the target. That goes over to McIntosh. McIntosh holds up the puck at the half boards on the far side. He skates around as there's only 15 seconds to go on the power play. Eden with it, sends it low, in front. Eden gets it back. Shot low, kicked to the side. Shot and a save by Xiao. Carey digging away at it. The puck was never really frozen there, but the referee called play, and the power play is now over.
Well, there was a lot going on in that final moment there of the power play. There was just a lot of plays in front of the net, and Xiao was doing a good job. That just the puck, I don't know where it was. I don't know if anyone really knew where it was, but the referee decided to blow the whistle because when you can't see that puck, you sort of you just got to blow the whistle there.
Yeah.
But really like the power play from New Zealand in that one.
Atwell pushes it to the side, and it is a chance by Dalmato, but Xiao jumps on it quickly and gets the stop. We'll do that one again.
I have noticed that during the power play, Chinese Taipei are sending up someone onto a puck carrier, especially at the high point. They're getting up there quick and just trying to disrupt that pass or shot. And
they've got the legs to get back as well, so it's working quite well for them. They send someone up high, drop back, set the box up, and they're doing a good job of defending that power play.
Chinese Taipei breaking out and gaining the zone, moving it into the corner. But that's sent out just as quickly. Dalmato with a spin pass, but that doesn't come out of the offensive zone. Chang with it in the corner. Hard angle shot. Brooks looks at it, gives up the rebound, but he's just up against the pipe there, drops down and gets the stop in play.
Nice. Yeah, it was a really tight angle shot there, but it's good to see from Chinese Taipei. They're going on the attack. They're getting those opportunities.
So this will be Cheung Yang Chen in the face-off circle against Joe Orr. A local favorite here, Joe Orr. And
not wearing his familiar number 9 for the Ice Blacks.
He's number 8 today, and he'll be taking that face-off a second time as they...
Couldn't take the 9 from Flynn Hayward-Jones, and we know why.
It's family tradition.
Burns with it. New Zealand with that win. Skating it out quickly. McDonald sending it up the boards. 2 to chase there. Orr gets there, but it is turned around by Yanlin Shen. And it's Anston with a shot on goal from the circle. That puck gets knocked out, but not as far as the blue line, and Burns with kind of a 9-iron there.
Yeah, a bit of a flipper.
And it was close. Shot. And Chen gets knocked away, and a penalty coming up. This one's going to be some sort of interference on Alex Regan. Pan with it as Chinese Taipei is 6-on-5 for the moment. They're trying to get their goalie off the ice, and they have done just that.
All sorts of changes going on. They're trying to get fresh legs out there. And New Zealand also getting fresh legs out there while we wait for Chinese Taipei to bring it out from behind their own net.
And here comes the offense. Chinese Taipei on a 6-on-5 here, and the delayed call. Interference coming up. We think it's interference anyways, and they continue with control of that. Goes out to the point. Mo Peng sending it up the half boards. Then getting it back. Very cautious play here, obviously, because if anybody touches it, that's a back to the side. Brooks with a save there, and that is stopped by Colin McIntosh. And now we can see the penalty, and that call is indeed interference. Here you go.
Don't know if we caught it just on that replay, just out of shot. But good signs from Chinese Taipei. They took the time, set themselves up for that 6-on-5. And that should play well for their power play, the way they move their puck around.
We got the free preview of the power play there, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hongshu Lin. Nope, that's not correct. That is Chungyang Chen losing that face-off but keeping the puck. C.E. Sang with it as Sang holds on to the puck. And Chinese Taipei setting up the offense, trying to get some speed up the left side. They come in quickly. Sang losing that puck. Chinese Taipei holding on to it. Chen, Sang, and back out to neutral. Sang with it. Sang skates in on that left side. New Zealand playing the standard 2-2 box, and they play that out to the point. Chinese Taipei moving up the half board, setting up in a 1-3-1. They look for some sort of a long chance here. Jin with it. Knocked aside. Good save there by Brooks. And that goes to Sang again. That's deflected and held in. A very adept move by Chinese Taipei, but then it's flipped forward. Jacob Carey is going to go on the forecheck here and try to pester Chinese Taipei while the other three change up. Carey asking for the line change. The puck left behind for Chinese Taipei in their defensive end, and it'll be Atwell forcing the issue. Chinese Taipei coming forward. That is Mo Peng again up the left side. Leaves it at the point, sends it around. Wen in quickly, and it goes out just as fast as New Zealand sends it the length of the ice, and Chinese Taipei need to reset with 30 seconds to go on the interference 2-minute call. That goes up the left side again. Pan going as far as he can, goes around the corner, goes around the net, passes, and then gets it back into the corner. Wang with it, then gives it up. Back to Wang. Lin. Pan with a long shot. That's knocked around. Good chance there. Peng has it now. Their top line getting a decent cycle going here, but then that's given up. And it goes to past Dalmateau and the length of the ice, and that will be the end of the power play for Chinese Taipei, as it does not pay off. One shot on the 2 minutes. Dalmateau with it, passes it forward. Peng, knocked aside. Otis with it, then Simon. Long shot, deflection, and a goal! A fantastic shot with an immediate deflection, and Xiao with no chance as that hit the perfect spot in the upper right pipe.
I think that was, Ivan Dalmateau scoring there on the deflection. After a power play for Chinese Taipei, New Zealand hit back with the opening goal here, Dunedin. Joel, who was that shooting from the point there?
See Simon drop it in there. Just gets the stick down.
I think it came off the shaft, didn't it? The way it looked to me. Maybe off the back of
just put it down, got it off the toe there.
Yeah, wonderful start. Been a tight first period, but New Zealand breaking the seal of the scoring.
And we're back out at neutral ice. McIntosh wins that one to Freer. Freer gives it to Daig. Daig sends it in. And it's the Lachlan Freer to Mitchell Freer combination.
Drawn up by Cam Freer.
And Eden with it in front. Takes a chance, doesn't get through to Xiao. As he tries to step in front of the crease. That stays in with Daig at the point. Gets it back. Considers a pass. Then a long, low shot that's deflected immediately by Lin. Lin bringing it in. Gains the zone. That's onside. And another flip towards Brooks' net. It was not on target. And that flips back out. That will go for icing if it goes far enough, and it does. That was Mitchell Freer on the escape.
Get another look at that beautiful goal here.
Yeah, Simon with that hold in at the point. And what a perfect deflection. That's one that just works. You can't really do anything other than just put the stick there and it gets the perfect spot.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And Dalmatel wasn't alone there. He had pressure on his back, so he had to fight hard to get his stick free, and he did well.
He did.
McIntosh to Freer. Lachlan Freer now. Up to McIntosh. He's going to take it over the blue line. Holds on to it. 2-on-4 here. A good chance. Chow in a good position. Not really too much power on that, but a good chance trying to move Chow, and that is icing as well.
Icing by the smallest margin too.
Yeah, very strictly called, but correct.
Correct indeed, yep. Absolutely. Yeah, well, you were talking about that goal before from Dalmatel. You can see as he turns away from the defender, gets his stick down, creates a little bit of space, and then pops that water bottle, which is always a nice touch.
Chen and Atwell going after this one. Chen wins that one, and Chinese Taipei with the puck. They'd had a run of face-off wins, and that has definitely benefited them throughout this first period, as they've had a lot of opening possession, but then New Zealand turning around and holding on to it. Shot from the half boards, and where did that end up exactly? Did you guys see that one?
Is it not too sure. Is it in his glove?
I thought it was in his elbow or something. It was...
He doesn't... Xiao doesn't really seem to know either, I don't think. It's... Oh, there it goes. It's off a glove and gone over the top into the netting. Yeah, 22 seconds left of the period.
And Atwell wins that one. New Zealand keeps it up against the kick plate there, and that's pushed all the way to the other side of the ice. It's not going to go for icing. They got to chase this one down. Amston gets there and leaves it for New Zealand. It'll be Burns holding on to it. He's going to skate it forward. He sends it in around the glass, and a good hit there as Carey gets there and makes sure his player knows that he was ready for that puck as the